since I uploaded a few videos just with some, once again you decide whatever it is, but some pretty useless, so to speak, manifestations, whatever, creations. Once again, you're not creating, manifesting anything. Creation is finished, but the things I talked about were just about some, a movie. I thought about something and I saw it in a movie. Some simple things. Once again, you decide if it is simple or not, but for most people I do understand where you're coming from. So I looked into some lottery winners. Once again, winning a lottery is just a decision. I mean, the name itself, jackpot, already, there they are again, obviously. Okay, jackpot. What does that stand for? Jackpot. The pot is the, so to speak, face or whatever. It doesn't really matter, Something that holds all the money. So all the money is in a pot, And there is one person, and once again, like I told in my video about Helen Hetzel, the contest queen who won over like 5,000 contests, big and small, so to speak, properties and trips to Europe and everything paid for, whatever, and some simple, things you use in your house, so to speak, food mix or whatever. All these things she did. So once again, small and big, the thing is, these lottery winners, jackpot. Who jacks the pot? And I just told you the pot is, the lump, no, not even a lump sum, just the money that is already available, obviously, because it always is already available since creation is finished. Everything that has been created, by us as, so to speak, finite humans. So all the material stuff and whatever, obviously it is created by the creator itself. So the Father and I are one. So you are the finite little human and God is the one, so to speak. All that is, but you are one with it right now, like intertwined, like time doesn't exist, okay? But anyways, so, if a jackpot falls, so to speak, then, infinite actually, but just in a linear time perspective, a finite little me human, manifested, created. Once again, you're not creating anything, creation is finished. And I will keep on emphasizing this also for myself, because the only thing you have to understand is where you're really coming from, and that's your true self, the real observer, the true observer, your true self, pure awareness, pure consciousness, pure God, so to speak. But then even, we're still in this finite, linear time perspective. Then and even with the phrase God, some people think that it's too much, because of upbringing, indoctrination, programming, believing in people who taught you a lot, maybe, which were very, things that were actually very useful or handy in your life, but the same people actually also taught you a whole lot of, nonsense, so to speak, things that just aren't true. And if they didn't know that, which was why they told you that, but they weren't aware of, being awareness itself, so they didn't understand that. They were actually wrong. They just misinformed you, so to speak. So I'm here to tell you that, once again, subconsciously you chose that to be true, but now we're going to the conscious, like you are here with me right now, listening to me, so you can decide or choose, or like Helen Hetzel did, with select whatever you do desire right now, good, bad, indifferent. So even, and people talk about revising a lot, and I mean that does exist, so to speak, but if you really, from a bird's eye view, so to speak, would look up on that, then also that is created, so it's all a choice, You're just, so to speak, changing as a finite human little me, just as an example, you're already God, but if you're feeling like I'm just this little me, in that sense, yes, you're, creating, manifesting and changing, so to speak, whatever already happened. But understand that creation is finished, which means, which implies that everything you can just, be aware of, actually, already exists right now, in this eternal, ceaseless, so to speak, never-ending, moment. So it's just a choice. But I do understand that if, you've been identifying with a certain self-concept of, everybody leaves me, or everybody hates me, or I never get treated with respect, or, whatever. I do understand that if, once again, subconsciously you invited people, or you subconsciously chose this to be true, once again, you didn't, right? You did, but you didn't. Like, you are awareness itself, but you have to understand that, like I said in my last video, I think, like, attention, focus, or awareness is, bound to be taken from you every second if you let it, because it's everywhere. I mean, even these birds right now, I mean, okay, I'm choosing to, include them into the video to make my example even better, so to speak. That's my decision, but then again, that's a choice, it has nothing to do with what is happening around you or in your mind, whatever, what you are, directly or indirectly, so consciously or subconsciously, as awareness, pure awareness itself, are entertaining right now. But okay, the jackpot. So one person jacks the whole pot, and whatever it may be, might be $100, €100, 100 yen, whatever, 100 British pounds, I don't care. But it could also be, 100 million British pounds, dollars, euros, yen, whatever. Okay. Well, I think even the people, maybe for the person that, if you for some reason never heard anything about this new age, so to speak, it's not new age, whatever, but this information, the truth, once again, because try it out, whatever I'm going to tell you and how to apply it, it's, you can know about it for like a whole lifetime, or 100, so to speak, but if you don't apply what you listen to, what you, tell everybody else that you so well understand, so to speak, then, I mean, then again, you can still help people, the people that will apply what you taught them, but then again, you're not helping yourself, and you're also here for yourself, so to speak. Okay, so I just wanted to go with two of the, I don't want to say the biggest, but they want some big chunks of money, whatever. Like I said, abundance is everything is abundant, you prescribe a meaning to whatever. So also to, like, is $1 million enough for you, is like $1 billion enough for you, like that you decide that, and you could say, well, obviously $1 million is enough for you. Do you know how much people in this world don't even have like maybe 1/10 of that in their whole lifetime, whatever. I'm just coming up with random numbers because you have to understand these are all numbers, and you decide if a number is, so to speak, too high for you, just like this specific person, or better yet, celebrity specific person that you so badly want. Once again, you can't want anything. You have to understand that you right now just put your awareness on, okay, I'm thinking from what my desire is, and in this case it would be, having a relationship, or maybe even only a romantic relationship. You decide, I don't know, I don't care either, it's that I have my own deciding to do, so to speak, and you do it for yourself, as an individualized aspect of all that is. So awareness. If you choose to be with a very well-known celebrity right now, and even if they have, like, they're in a relationship right now, and it's a very, on social media everybody knows about it, none of that matters, If you decide it does right now, then it will, and then you'll convince yourself, like, okay, this isn't possible, and there you go. It's literally as simple as that. But I do understand that, you really have to convince yourself, and I do as well. I can't fall out of this again. I have to be engaged in these teachings, so to speak, in this information, for you, but as well just for myself, because if I don't apply it and only teach it, it's a bit contradictory, I guess, but anyways, I just wanted to touch on this. Okay, I'm going to touch with Cynthia P. Stafford. I think most of us people know about her, She manifested, created, once again, she just chose that to be a reality. And now you can argue, like, okay, but she had a whole lot of children from her, I don't know, her brother or whatever she took care of, and she just wanted the best for them. Okay, I get all of that, and that's true, you could say that helped with her manifesting, but it really, it didn't. The thing is, she made that a conviction for herself that, by, putting that out, so to speak, by claiming that, now she was grateful enough, worthy enough, whatever, to allow, to accept that whatever she put her awareness on is also going to be reflected back to her, you know. So she decided that, and here I'm going to quote whatever I just read on the internet, but it's all facts, you know. Cynthia P. Stafford. Cynthia Stafford won a $112 million jackpot in 2007, crediting her fortune to the ability to visualize. Alright, so I wanted to get into that because even in the post itself they said visualize, you know. Well, you have to understand that, first of all, the people who wrote this blog, well, most likely didn't understand how she did it, you know. So that's why they put it like that, visualize. But she credited for her fortune, her 112 million jackpot win, lottery win, whatever, to the ability to visualize her success. Well, she just put awareness on her desire, and it was, and she was very specific also. She put it on her pillow, but none of that, you know, matters. She couldn't have done any of that. It doesn't matter. She would have still won if she just did what she did. And what did she do? Well, she convinced herself that whatever reason she brought up, so taking care of these children and wanting to, you know, be able to provide them a good life and healthy, good life, whatever, safe, everything. Well, she made that up as she created that, so to speak. Once again, you're not creating anything, but in her physical limited sense, she thought that, okay, by doing this, I am worthy, I am, you know, so to speak, what a lot of people think, you have to return something back to the universe, to God, whatever. No, you are all of that, okay? So what I'm trying to say is that she came up with her own decision. She decided her own reasons why she could or could not have specifically because she chose that specific amount. She could have added more or less. That's once again her choice, yeah. So she decided that with her visualization and just her putting her awareness on whatever she did desire, and then convincing herself that, if I do it for this and this and this reason, and you know, and I'm doing something back, so to speak, you know, I'm taking care of these children and blah 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 blah. Do you get what I mean? She made that all up, okay, but it somehow convinced her that she could be the winner, you know. She could win, like, from everybody, all these millions of people that in 2007, every different state in the United States, all of these states, people entered, you know, and she won. Okay, so, because she chose to, okay, and you have to understand that it really was a decision by itself. And all these blogs and everything covering it, like visualization. And I mean, obviously, if you win $112 million, your life will change, so to speak, in the physical, you know. Well, it's still a decision, you know. Even that, and then you can be like, you're crazy, blah blah blah. No, not, because even if she won all that money and she decided, okay, I got it now. I just proved myself to be the powerful creator, so to speak, that I am. Well, that's it. I'm done with life, you know, I'm not even going to spend it. This is it. Well, okay, who would have said she couldn't have done that if that was her decision? Now, obviously it wasn't, because her desire was to win the money and spend it and live a different lifestyle. So I get that. But I'm just trying to emphasize on, once again, it's all coming back from awareness. Right now, in this eternal moment, in this moment, you decide something, okay? So, she says, the money changed her life. Well, okay, there you go. That's her decision. And now like I just said, like, obviously it changed her life, so to speak. But do you understand that she, as awareness, made the decision, and life had to reflect it back to you? And in the smallest instance, but the biggest as well. And once again, you decide if this is big for you or not. But, okay. So, she says the money changed her life for the better in many ways. But she also declared bankruptcy about a decade later, so about 10 years later. Maybe 7 years, 8 years, 6 years, I don't know. And it doesn't matter. Do you understand that even that was her own choice, you know? You choose how to invest your money, how to make more of it, you know, or just understand that you can right now. Well, like she claimed to do, but she never did it because I don't think she really understood who she really, well, she did, but I don't think she really understands who she really is right now, because, well, I'm not sure. She's still bankrupt, and it doesn't matter, you know, but she said she's gonna do it again, and she still didn't do it, you know. And does that matter? No, not at all, you know. But yeah, you know, there is something behind that, you know. You claiming something and it not coming to fruition, well, that means you, in one way or another, put your awareness on the opposite of that being true, you know. Well, she declared bankruptcy about, well, 10 years later, a situation not uncommon with many jackpot winners. Well, I think I already touched on it somehow just now, but not uncommon to jackpot winners. Understand that literally everything you ever, well, created, manifest, so to speak. Once again, you're not creating, you're not manifesting. Create scripture, and, well, never got it, whatever. But scripture very clearly tells you, you know, the God of the Word is God, and the Word was with God, whatever. It's like, you know, the paradox right there. Because if you get back to it, okay, so all of it is God, okay? So you are also made by the create. You are also in the creation. Creation is finished, so you are included into that. So you are also, you know, you're one with the Creator itself. So that's the difference from, you know, a tree or whatever. They're also part of consciousness, part of all that is. But they didn't get, you know, the choice, once again, to choose, you know. And, well, yeah, certain animals, you know, also choose or whatever, but it's all, you know, based on instinct, and that's these kind of things, you know. It's not really based on, well, them understanding who they truly are, as in God, as in, well, in the finite me, pure awareness, you know, conceivable of everything. Well, okay, and I'm going to touch on Shane Missler, another amazing example. I think the guy was only 18 or whatever, 18, 19, 20, max 20 years old when he manifested, created. Once again, just chose to be that person, you know, decided. Well, all right, Shane Missler. It's really getting dark. Okay, so after Shane Missler claims the fourth largest jackpot in the 21-year history of the Mega Millions lottery. Now understand that he won, so to speak, in a linear time perspective in 2018. So all these facts, so to speak, aren't really facts anymore, because, yeah, you know, 6 years passed, so all these lottery facts, so to speak, you know, fourth largest and 21 year, of course that doesn't, you know, apply to right now anymore. But the funny thing is, none of this actually applies to anything, because you just decide or choose. And if you say, like, oh, well, you know, in this time period or then or this or what, I can't even come up with a good example right now. Like, you choose whatever you declare right now, whatever you, well, once again, you declare the limitation to be, well, a limitation, you know. Whatever you say that right now is a blockage or whatever is blocking you, obstructing you from being who you really truly are, and understanding that by you being that, you can just choose your reality, so to speak. Well, actually, literally, you know. Well, yeah, then once again, it's still you doing that to you, okay? So you are, well, yeah, deciding right now. All right. And, okay, so he won the Mega Millions lottery and opted, so, yeah. As in, he had options. In other words, he made a decision. Okay, so because the blog itself read, he opted for the lump sum of, what was it? $280.2 million. So once again, a big decision, you know, because when you win the full amount, you know, before taxes, you can, you know, well, there's like a deal, whatever. You have there's like two choices. You can either choose to, well, take the lump sum, which will be I don't know how they calculate it or whatever. It's probably pretty simple. But all of these, so to speak, details don't really interest me. Okay, because it's all a decision. Law of choice, so to speak, and law of choice just comes back to you are pure awareness. So law of awareness, and awareness itself consistently makes a choice, chooses, decides, in every single moment, so to speak, every second, minute, hour, day, in linear time perspective, in a finite linear time perspective. But anyways, so he opted for the lump sum of after taxes. Then he would get before taxes. So $280.2 million before taxes, and which means he probably, that's also such a nice, these words, you really have to take them literal, and not the scripture. Please don't take scripture literal, because then you're out of there, so to speak. But the thing is, he probably walked away with, we're talking about almost $300 million here, okay? So these block writers of this certain block writer, whatever, came up with, he probably walked away with $170 million. Well, do you understand? And here we go with is something big or is something small? Well, probably most people, I'm not gonna look it up right now, but so to speak, well, it's only like a few percent of the whole world that actually are millionaires and then even billionaires. So it's like a very small percentage of the, so to speak, all the money in the world is, so to speak, divided in over like a small group. All the big money and all the rest of it, so to speak, the rest, the lesser money, the small chunks of money, whatever, how you want to declare it, are like, so to speak, divided by the lesser, so to speak. Well, all of these are not, none of these terms I just use are true. It's just you decided to be true, okay? Because you're not lesser, you're not more than anyone. You're just an individualized aspect of consciousness itself, and that itself makes you a star, a winner, the most powerful being after God, so to speak. Because yes, you're one with God, but you're also in this finite human little, linear experience in this, this body, and so to speak, consistently identify with thoughts and everything. So, in a limited sense, you're the most powerful creator after your father, so to speak. So choose it, be it, and you really are that. But you have to convince yourself that. And I had to do as well, and sometimes I have to get back to it, obviously, because this is life. This is, happening right now in front of your eyes, unless you close them, which could be very handy actually if you are not a real meditator, or you don't have to meditate, but it can help you to get back to who you really are. So understand that yes, you are pure awareness. Not going to go into it all the way now. Just look at my other videos. I explain it pretty much every video. Why your true self, yes, you as the viewer right now, your true self is actually just pure awareness or pure consciousness, okay? Well, Shane Missler, I'm sorry, but like you can see in the video, it's so dark. My eyes are good, but I have to focus right now. So, so the lump sum of 281.2 million before. All right. Well, I just wanted to emphasize a little bit on the numbers once again. I know I don't care about them, but just for the people who live their life only by people who are successful, or so to speak, manifested, created. Once again, you know what I'm about to say, but creation is finished. But people that experience things that other people don't or will not, whatever. That's your decision. But other people, certain people in the world are rich, and they do all these crazy things, and other people, they don't ever, they're not deserving of that, so to speak. That's your decision. But do you know what I'm getting at? It's like, okay, so I'm getting back into the matrix, so to speak, the illusion of numbers and materialism and all these things, okay? Because all of these things are just a few, everything is seen by awareness itself. You, the silent observer, observing this video right now, and you might be thinking and feeling and even emotionally feeling a whole lot of things right now that, well, from the message I'm sharing, so to speak, and you might hate me, you might love me, you might, be neutral, because everything is neutral, so whatever. You, once again, good, bad, indifferent, you declare, whatever. But understand that I'm just, sharing the message as the messenger itself with you, so that you can, I'm just giving some extreme examples, so to speak, and they're not extreme at all, but for most people they are, because, wow, these, they intentionally materialized what they wanted, they thought about it. You can say visualization and intention this and intention that, but it doesn't matter. They decided that, they were going to have what they just put their mind on, what they were aware of, they would be aware of again very soon, because they made that decision, Okay, so Shane Missler, that is also a very good example. So for even the people who don't right now, so to speak, don't have a home or are homeless or pretty much on the, almost being homeless, whatever. On the verge of being homeless, I guess that's the word. Alright, even for you, and I get it, but you decide, okay? So Shane Missler bought the $2, okay? $2. Come on, man. $2. The ticket was only worth $2. So come on, man. Everybody can obtain $2. Like, put your awareness on it right now, and you'll find, stay true to it, you'll find 20 of them, So you have a $40 at the end of the day, so to speak, but it's your decision, But okay, $2. So Shane bought a $2 winning ticket at a 7-Eleven store in Florida. Pasco County. I put it there because, once again, do you understand that Shane Missler, by him declaring that he already was the winner, he set everything in motion, so to speak. Okay, not in the motion as in everything is already created, so he just chose, he decided that, okay, this is going to be my reality. But you do have to understand that him being near, okay, where he lives is near the county, or maybe even in the county itself, I don't know, but for sure in that county, near the county where he was, and he bought the lottery ticket there, And even if he didn't live there, I don't know, but then you have to understand, like I gave 1 or 2 videos back as an example, even with the movie and me thinking about it and then seeing a movie, out of 45 options, I chose the right movie, and then I had to, become aware of what I about 1.5 hours before that was aware of, as awareness itself, just in my mind, just thinking about it, Understand that by Shane Missler, or even Cynthia Stafford, in this case, like, they both made a decision that this is going to be their reality, And that's the only thing you have to do. Now, if you actually convince yourself, then, you have to, run 3 kilometers or, about 6 miles, whatever, I don't know, and go crazy and do this and do that and do this ritual and do this meditation and visualization. Like, understand that if you convince yourself, I made this decision, but I have to do all these things and then it will happen. Well, it will happen, but do you understand that you declared all these things to be the reason why you won, so to speak, why you won the lottery or the jackpot, whatever, the 200 million, the 300 million, the billion, the trillion, whatever, okay? Understand that you, not subconsciously, because if you're doing it right now, then I just told you who you are, and I told you that you're consciously doing it, even if you're subconscious of it, so to speak, but you're not subconscious anymore of this right now, because I'm telling you who you are. And then again, if you don't believe me, that's okay, I get that. Then watch my other videos, watch Tom Karen, Be Something Wonderful, and all these channels, they will tell you exactly who you are, okay? But the thing is, it's a decision, And I actually wanted to go into Shane Missler, even Cynthia P. Stafford, because, like I said, a decade after, and then okay, that's 10 years, and she could have made it like a few months, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, even 30 years, 40 years, her whole lifetime, and she still would, be living off this money she actually, won in the lottery, okay? So it was her decision to splurge it on everything, and that's all good. But if you don't understand what it's coming from, your true self, I am awareness, then yeah, you can win literally. Well, I think this is a nice amount, you know. Most viewers will probably be like, well, okay, I never seen that, so okay. Once again, it's your decision. You can have that right now, okay? And me as well, of course, me included. If I I can be teaching this all, but if I don't apply what I'm teaching right now, then yeah, I'm just as stuck, so to speak. And once again, you know, you do that to yourself, but yeah, then I would just be as stuck as everybody else, so to speak. You're not stuck. It's just a decision you made, you know. But anyways, okay, so Cynthia Stafford filed bankruptcy after 10 years. I know she bought one or two Rolls Royces for her. She, once again, not because of the money per se. I mean, yeah, you know, because she had the money, she probably convinced herself, well, now I can have this person as well. But once again, she chose that. She decided that. Well, she, I don't know who in particular. It doesn't matter. Just another individualized aspect of consciousness. But she, you know, got into a relationship with her, celebrity specific person, and she actually bought a Rolls Royce or maybe two for him, I don't know, all these things, but she went bankrupt, okay? So understand, this was her decision. Like, she decided to be a winner, decided to be a loser, so to speak, and at least as in she lost all her money. And to my knowing, I've never seen her manifest it back, so to speak, which she could do right now, literally right now, but she lost she lost her true self. And I'm thinking I'm about to put this in the title as well. Well, okay. Shane Missler won, he won actually $450 million, okay? So the example I just gave was only 50 million. I know, you decide if that's a lot of money or not, you know. But 50 million more than, 50 million less than what I just gave as an example of you can right now have $500 million, euros, yen, whatever. Then, obviously the numbers will be a little bit different, but who cares, It's all about your decision of what you decide that you are. Are you worthy, and you decide. So 450 million, he once again decided he just wanted the lump sum. He didn't want to, I think they put it, I don't know how they do it because it's crazy. They can't claim how old you are going to be, but anyways, that's pretty weird, but I think you get what I mean. Like, okay, the lump sum, so he instantly got pretty much all the money. Then after taxes, like, they take about 100 million off it, whatever. Do what you want to do, USA government is all good, okay? But, so he walked away with $170 million. But 3 years ago, and mind you, okay, we're in 2024 right now, linear time perspective, time doesn't exist, clocks don't exist, all of this is just a seemingly paradoxical illusion, but okay. 2024 right now. Halloween month, October, whatever. Okay, so 3 years ago, I just read it on Reddit, 3 years ago. The original post was 3 years ago, and somebody actually posted on Reddit. I manifest. It's a funny thing. I won a lottery jackpot of I think 11.8 million euros, so almost 12 million euros. And afterwards, I fell into I was spiraling, so to speak. I subconsciously decided, to be miserable, be addicted to some type of game and do this for multiple years, not going out anymore, not socializing anymore, not interacting with my friends or my colleagues, whatever, I don't know, whoever you say your social circle consists of, so to speak. Well, this person decided after winning about 12 million euros, which is, I don't know, $40 million, whatever, $14 million, about something like that, 13.7 million, I don't know, whatever. Once again, numbers, they don't matter, okay? But $12 million, euros then, in this case. Well, and he made a post asking for help, so to speak, like why I I won this money, not knowing that he just made the decision that he could have that. He convinced himself in some way or another that, well, all of his self-concept didn't have anything to do with that decision, except if he convinced himself as a younger kid before he, won the lottery jackpot that, well, he always has money, maybe because of his parents, maybe because of his upbringing, I don't know, whatever. He convinced himself that, well, he can have millions of euros, so to speak. It had to be someone in Europe, because otherwise it wouldn't be euros. But so this person convinced him or herself, well, him in this case, that they can have that money. So he won that, But you have to understand that you are on all the time, like Lyndall Wardens keeps saying, former student of Neville Goddard. Still alive to this day for the linear time perspective. Doesn't matter even if he wasn't alive, so to speak, physically right now. The message is the same, but I always love that he still talks to this, about this information to this day. And he was in physicality like right in front, of Neville Goddard. They spoke many times and whatever. So that's why I keep on bringing that up. But anyways, like Lyndall Warden says, you are on all the time. So all these people, every individualized aspect of consciousness, so also Shane Missler, Cynthia P. Stafford, whoever, this person, I don't even know their name, they had a random name because of their Reddit post, not their real name, But there you go, doesn't matter, this person, won 12 million euros and then fell back and started, it's a decision, right, to, cop a game, buy a game, a video game, so to speak, and start playing it, and somehow falling into it and just not reacting to, I don't know, friends call you and you don't pick up the phone, or, you get all these texts but you don't, react to it, so to speak. Do you understand what I mean? Like, these are all choices right now you are making, And once again, I'm saying like directly or indirectly, but it's always directly. But then again, as awareness itself, if you don't understand who you really are, then, well, yeah, okay. You can fall back, so to speak, lose, fall back, fall asleep again to who you really are. But once again, it doesn't matter. But then, if you know who you really are, and I'm trying to convince you of who you really are, but you have to do it to yourself. Like Shane Missler did, like Cynthia P. Stafford did, and like, well, this guy did, And the thing is, actually, in the Reddit post, because it wasn't about manifestation at all. This person just claimed to, well, he won a 12 million euro, and, well, felt miserable after, so to speak. But do you understand that you manifesting, once again, you're not manifesting anything, but he manifested 12 million euros and then, had no friends anymore, no girlfriends, no relationships, just was gaming every day and didn't do anything with his life. That situation, does that have anything to do with him manifesting, so to speak? Once again, creation is finished, but you get what I mean. Him manifesting, creating $12 million, euros in his life. Well, no, he decided that, And the thing was, the original poster made this Reddit thread, whatever, post, and then somebody reacted, and somebody who, well, I think knew about manifestation, but maybe he even didn't. And that's the thing. Most, these miracles, so to speak. Cynthia P. Stafford visualized $112 million, put it under her pillow, and she won it. Wow, that's incredible. That's amazing. Once again, you decided. It's just a neutral situation in itself, okay? But the thing is, like, Shane Missler did the same. And he listened to, he knew that, okay, why Cynthia P. Stafford can do it, but I couldn't do it, Cynthia did it in 2007. Shane Missler won in 2018, 11 years later, but who cares? None of these numbers, once again, years are also numbers, none of this has anything to do with the eternal moment you are in right now forever, okay? Well, the thing is, Shane Missler also forgot who he was, and that is God, also known in this physical linear time perspective, little finite human having vessel of whatever, human body having me, this person forgot it, and I'm saying this person, well, his name is Shane Missler, but who is that, just a human being, a individualized aspect of awareness, consciousness, just like you are right now, who chose to, well, be a winner, just like Helen Hetzel did, over 5,000 times, And yes, she could have won, I don't know if the lottery was as active as right now back then, when she was physically alive, so to speak, as Helen Hetzel. But understand that the only thing she made public is this is reality creation in a finite sense, okay? Because creation is finished, so you're just choosing. And you're choosing ceaselessly. Praying ceaselessly. But praying is just... Your prayers are always answered. Instantly, okay? Because you declare them to be true or not. And you are awareness. So you declare the prayer to, well, is this going to happen in my life or is it not going to happen? You decide that right now. Really get that through your mind, okay? And I'm 40 minutes in, it's all good, I'm really wanting to get this message to you. And I know a lot of people is going to see this soon, but get it through your mind. Please start applying what I'm teaching you, okay? So yeah, he fell back, okay? And he actually, because this Reddit post was about somebody that started gaming, lost all their friends, all their social contacts and whatever, and they were actually a millionaire. Well, 12 million, they are a millionaire, multi-millionaire. Well, Shane Missler actually, 10x that, so to speak, 12, 13x that, so to speak, $170 million, all in Shane Missler's pocket, so to speak. And yes, what did he do? When he just won the money and still understood who he, as awareness, like who he truly is right now, who really manifested, so to speak, became aware of, what they wanted, what they did desire, and it was like, well, winning a mega million jackpot, okay? And he did that as awareness by convincing himself that, well, he could get it. And once again, the conviction part is you, no one does it for you. And if you let them, then yes, they do it for you. But once again, like I said, indirectly, subconsciously, you let them do that for you, okay? You let people or things or whatever in this world, whatever physical 3D experience, situation, whatever, you give them the power, so to speak, to, well, take your power, to tell you that, well, you're not worthy, you will never be on the pedestal. Come on. It's you indirectly, once again, subconsciously, most likely, most likely subconsciously, unaware, as awareness itself, choosing is to be a reality, and then when, it materializes, when when it gets duplicated, reflected, then you start to cry about it, you start to hate on it, you talking about why is it always happening to me? Well, because you choose that to be true, okay? But do understand that even Shane Missler and even Cynthia P. Stafford and this other person that, well, only, so to speak, just numbers, this guy manifesting 12 million euros can also manifest once again. You're not manifesting, can also choose to be, well, yeah, own, so to speak, have. It's just paper with some writings on it, okay? I might make a video on that just to show you how useless money really is if you, don't use it for anything, because yeah, it's just paper, you can do anything with the paper itself, which would imply the amount of money you have, But anyways, I'm thinking about making a video about that. But anyways, Shane Missler decided that, well, okay, he won $170 million, but I don't know. You for a few months, maybe, I don't know, at least I think a good year, you went traveling, and if you met his girlfriend back then, I don't know. He did a lot of things, made travel vlogs and went all over the world and posted pictures, and he's a very, big fan of the UFC, so, he has pictures with Dana White and everything, all these things, and a lot of fighters and whatever, who cares, But he fell back, because that was in 2018, and this Reddit post was, well, the original poster made the post three years ago, and the highest voted answer, so to speak, well, was also 3 years ago. So, well, we can all do a little math, I guess, in the linear time perspective, because time really don't use it. Only if it's handy in a linear time perspective, you have an appointment or have somewhere to go, then use it, But furthermore, all of that aside, just, throw it out the window, Because reality creation, what you are doing, so to speak, right now, creation is finished, but time does not apply to any of that, okay? But do understand that, yes, 3 years ago, and I actually just looked up Shane Missler's Instagram. He still has it, and he's doing good now, he's certain his last post was I am. Well, obviously, I think he's finally getting back to who he really is, his true state, which is I am, which is all that is, which is God, which is source, whatever, you know. But then yes, you're also in this limited, you know, finite, so to seemingly finite, you know, perspective right now. But you are one with all that is, with God, with the Father. You know, the Father and I are one, but the Father is greater than I am right now, so to speak. Okay, but yeah, he's doing good now. But understand that he went through hell, so to speak, with all the money he had. You know, he manifested well what pretty much every human on earth would call the biggest miracle ever. Intentionally saying I'm going to manifest it, and then literally 1 or 2 days before the Powerball would hit, so to speak, when they would, you know, expose who won, he made a tweet like, I know I'm going to win, just waiting for it, whatever, something like that. It doesn't even the exact words, look it up, you know. He tweeted that I know I'm going to win, you know. Well, that's a whole lot of balls, so to speak. Isn't that very courageous? Isn't that very bold of him? Like, wow, but what if he wouldn't have won? Well, that's the thing. He didn't see it. He didn't even look at it that way anymore. And I know that from the experience, because if you really understand that, yes, everything is created, you're simply choosing right now. And if you stay true to that, then it has to, you will see it duplicated, reflected back to you in this physical reality, you know. And yes, this goes for love, money, once again, wealth, health, bodily changes, height, being fat, being skinny, whatever, being very muscled, being not muscled at all, whatever you choose, man. It's like, none of this has anything to do with who you really are, okay? But well, Shane Missler convinced himself that, well, even after being the GOAT, so to speak, whatever you want to call him, you know, he manifested consciously, intentionally, like Abraham Hicks or Esther Hicks would always emphasize, deliberately, yeah, well, he deliberately manifested, created, you know what I mean, okay? Creation is finished. He chose, he selected, like Helen Hansel, he decided, well, he's now that person. And that person, his desire was, I won, well, $450 million. Now he chose to, you know, get the lump sum, and, you know, that's all his decision once again. But that's what I'm really trying to convey to you. It's all a fucking decision, man, literally. And woman as well, everybody that's watching this, it's literally a decision. You know, that beautiful car or whatever, just a car you want. It's not beautiful, it's ugly, you know, or it isn't. Like, once again, you decide. It might be whatever brand, everything is your decision, okay? And you convince yourself if you either can or cannot have it, you know. But that's still a conviction, and you do that. You decide, okay? So, almost 50 minutes in, but it's all good. I really had to get this off my chest, because I understand that. And also, my own friends, family, whatever, people I know, like, they'll always keep, you know, pointing their fingers at, well, but this could never happen, or this is easily happening, or yeah, well, who cares about a cup of coffee, or a random specific person even smiling at you. You still don't have them, you're not in bed with them, or whatever, you know, all these limitations you put on yourself, you know. Once again, you're doing it to yourself. Like, creation is finished, just choose, just select, once again, like Helen Hansel. And I keep on giving that example because, yeah, she won over, deliberately, consciously, you know, as awareness itself won over 5,000 contests, but she manifested everything in life, just like you are doing, okay? So, that's all I wanted to say, and let us go into the silence.